Hello and welcome to the New Indian Express Online. I'm Bansi Kalapa. With me we have an expert, Dr GK Vasanth Kumar. He started out as Director Horticulture, someone who went on to be Special Secretary in the Department of Agriculture, someone who's also a conservationist, someone who's also a planter. So welcome on the show.
Thank you, Mr. Bansi.
We have man-animal conflict which has led to about 40,000 incidents which are reported. Earlier we have seen the number of incidents was much smaller. It used to be in a few hundreds. But now it is about 40,000. Year on year it's going higher and higher. What is the way out?
Before that, you see, the one is the habitat loss in the forest.
Yeah.
Second is expansion of the cropping area, that is cultivated area and non-cultivated areas with irrigation and need for the land. Third one is the more lucrative environment for these animals in the plantations rather than in the forest. For example, I am born in Kur, brought up, then I see many elephants are staying more in plantations than in forest in a particular period, whether it is jackfruit season, coffee season, or during rainy season. And there are also instances of littering in this. Now, in addition to elephant, you have wild.
So littering means they stay there for about a month and a half or almost 2 months that they
yeah, within that area. They will roam around, but the baby elephants think that is their home.
That is their home. So it is very tragic, but the areas most affected in Karnataka are Bannerghatta area and the surrounding areas, Chamarajanagar, the entire district, parts of Mysore district, parts of Kodagu district and parts of Hassan.
Yes.
So we see in many of these places deer, peacocks, elephants, bisons, monkeys, wild boars living in the estates. This was not a phenomena earlier. They would come, intrude and go away. But now there are complaints that they are living in the estates for month on month, year on year.
Yes.
What is the way out?
Its forest department has to create a better habitat, or in some cases like monkeys, they have to look at how they can reduce the population by birth control or whatever. It may be expensive, but it's causing livelihood damage and it is also damaging the ecosystem. The crops which were native to that area cannot be grown. For example, we can't think of bamboo in Kur where we have grown with bamboos. We can't think of wild bananas. We are even facing huge losses in coffee. They are eating coffee which they were not eating. Jackfruit is gone. We always cut the fruits when it is young. So definitely one is creating more better habitat in the forest. Second is barricades have to be done, whatever may be the expenditure. And of course compensation is not at all, it's a pittance compared to this one. And procedures are also there, you have to provide RTC and all. Now GPS is there, let them do. See what happens if I file a case, if they can file a case on us for disturbing the elephant or damaging it. Can I not file the case and get it instead of it's a must file complaints have to be done on them, because if my cattle goes to neighboring thing, they can file a case on me. But elephant comes, it's not there. It's not, the practice is not there.
Absolutely. So whose responsibility is it then? Because if let's say a herd of elephant intrudes into someone's estate and it stays there for 3 months or 4 months and causes a damage of let's say a few lakh of rupees, whose headache is it? Whose responsibility is it?
80% of the work has to be done by the government and especially forest department or the authorities like police and deputy commissioner or revenue also should take care of it. Habitat improvement and keeping them in that is forest department. Others also should understand. Then the educating the people who are suffering is also there. See, these elephants or some other animals are not real wild anymore. They are not, they come, if there is a light they will come, if there is a sound they will come. Absolutely. They get more disturbed, they are a kind of agitated and aggressive, which wild elephants will not do. They will move away from the human beings unless you go into their territory. Now they come here and still chase the humans and all, which is not the real behavior of the things. So 100% the total different government machinery should take responsibility to see that these damages do not happen, maybe birth control or keeping them away or putting barricades and of course some kind of alerting the people is that doesn't solve. What is the use of that? You cannot go out of after 6 o'clock.
Absolutely.
You can't go to your hospitals. You can't go in the morning. Is that life? Already the life in plantation areas are difficult, challenging, and adventurous. It's difficult, and more population is the human population, settlement is all there.
Okay, one planter who actually drew up a list of all the damage the elephants caused him. He's a gentleman by the name of Mr. Rajendra, and he wanted to send it to the forest department saying, your elephants have caused this damage. Does it hold any water? Does it make any sense to say the forest department is responsible for all this damage the elephants have caused?
Yes, it is them only, because when they have made all the rules, Forest Act up to Supreme Court, a person can be punished severely, then what else to do? You can't take your own defense measures.
Absolutely.
And it's also not good to kill an elephant or damage it thing. You need to see that it doesn't come. Maybe the old KEDA operations, maybe once in a way, has to be done. For some reason it was deserted and left. I understand that. But you cannot allow it to come and stay in estates and living area spaces and damaging. Even the, now cheetahs have become common, tigers also have common. Where to live? Common man cannot live. It is their responsibility.
Absolutely. So, some of the planters have raised this issue. One solution is, they have said that it is the forest department that is not growing enough fodder to keep the animals inside the forest areas. Now, especially as we go in, now we are already in the winter season, December. So, between the months of December to February, the animals find it extremely difficult, they say, to find fodder there. They can't find food, therefore they come to the estates looking for food. Is it true? Is it the forest department's fault that they are not providing enough fodder, enough food for the animals within the jungles?
Yes, if you specifically say as is forest department, but I think this is a bigger thing than that. It's the state government or the central governments who are having these conservation acts should fund them, and better monitoring system should be there. You can't punish a RFO or an ACF or even a DFO when facilities given are not enough. It is just like going with 305 rifles to attack an enemy and do it. So there are so many gadgets, devices, methods, information centers which has to be done. You can, and you need to keep that funds. You can't spend the money saying that no budget and put something on the budget paper and do not release it on time. There is shortage of rangers, there are shortage of RFOs. Maybe at higher level there are good number of staffs. So it has to be a holistic approach, and I also request the so-called environmental conservations to be more customizing to the local population. Suddenly they say, they go and bring states saying that, oh, this colored barricade is harmful, that is harmful. But have you taken the other side of it? I'm born in see, it was to be once in 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, elephant used to come to my area. Then 1 or 2 elephants once in a month. Now you don't know when it is coming in herds. Suddenly you are coming back from some shopping, some place or some function, in the 8 o'clock, 10, 12 elephants will be roaming, moving around in a narrow road, and you don't know whether it will turn back and hit you, or you need to go back kilometers back and then exit. It has happened to me itself, and I don't travel that much like anybody else at this age of 70. So, and it's definitely a kind of fearful situations to people.
It's a problem that we can do without.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Thank you. So there it is, Dr. GK Vasanth Kumar telling us that this is a serious problem. And just now, will the forest department, will the government sit up and take note before something very dangerous happens? With camera person Alan, this is Bansi for the New Indian Express Online.